These are just plain printer paper. It says we do not focus. Really interesting detail. This is week 1 of working on my graduation project, and if you don't know me, hi, I'm Jazzy from Bumblefly Studios. I am an illustration student in my final year at Willem de Koning Academy, based here in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and welcome to my journey. Today I also have my breakfast. So this is just a puff pastry base with sliced canned peaches. It's better if you have fresh peaches, but it's not peach season yet, and almonds on top, and you just chuck that in the oven. I had a tiny bit of cream, so I just whipped that up this morning. What more do you need besides the slathered on your peach puff pastry? Nothing else in the world. Let me fill you in on what I've done so far. So, I'm making an illustrated cookbook for my graduation project, and this is inspired by the fact that I love illustrating food and I love cooking. So these are my two passions that I really want to combine together. What I've done so far, I'm using my planner to write my notes in. I've done page ideas, what page order I've wanted to do things in. Front page, plain front page, recipe list and summary, introduction of the book plus each section, a section on composing your own recipes, prep tips for example. I have a section agenda, so what I would put in each section, a recipe list, page numbers, section titles, so on and so forth. I also have a couple of recipe spread thumbnail ideas that I have, just because I know that I want it to be a double page spread. This is something I'm very clear to myself about. I want each recipe to have its own double page spread. One page is for the recipe, the second page is for an illustration of some sort or a photo, something of that area there. I'm not sure if I want it to be mixed media yet, in the sense that I take photos of dishes I've created and then illustrate on top of them, or if everything is going to be completely illustrated, or if it's going to be a mix of everything. So some of the recipes that I have are a whole section on crumbles and pies, fruit related of course, which will include sweet crust pastry, blind baking, resting, lattice designs for pies, some cakes, carrot cake, brownies, tiramisu, a whole section perhaps on choux pastry or cabbage, French, like profiteroles, eclairs, churros, all that fun stuff. Also some extra stuff like hot chocolate, shortbread, puff pastry desserts, for example, the one I have for breakfast right now. But yeah, that is basically where I am at. I have done a whole bunch of research on cookbooks, and this is essentially me going to a bunch of bookstores based in the Netherlands. So I went to Donna in Rotterdam, and then I went also to the American Book Center in Amsterdam. I can pull them up somewhere and pop them on the screen for you if you want to go. There's a bunch of fun things that I took photos of. I took photos of front covers, I'll show you here. There were some really gorgeous illustrated ones. I also took photos of the spines of the books to see the bookbinding techniques that were used. Also painted book pages on the edges look so pretty, and I also took photos of how people have displayed their recipes. I've cut out these sheets of paper. These are just plain printer paper, and I'm just gonna draw out what the beginning of the book could look like, and I really just need to get something down. I have my notebook here with possible layout options that I'm looking at, and this is the little booklet that I'm going to be working on. But before I started, I wanted to show you this curious little book. It's by Sarah Midda, and I got this probably about 3 years ago during COVID when the curfews were letting up, and this was one of the books that I got from a vintage bookstore. It's called Slegte in Rotterdam, and it has these most beautiful spreads. And it has, I think, some recipes. You can see how finely detailed all of these illustrations are. Look how beautiful all this text is. And this was all watercolor. So these would have been done with watercolor and then scanned in. So this is an example of one which is a recipe. And look how intricate it is. So I'm going to be using this as inspiration, as well as the photos that I took on my phone about the graduation book projects. And here I have another cookbook. This is actually one of the only cookbooks I have at home. This one is Juste un casserole, and this is a French one that me and my roommate sometimes cook out of. And everything is super simple. It's always on 2 pages. So one side with the ingredients, the other side with the recette or the recipe. So they have a summary right at the beginning of the page. So it says, why is it just one casserole? And it explains that. So this is an introduction page. And then it shows you composing a plate of your own magical pasta. So this is showing you how you can do your own pasta by yourself without necessarily using a recipe with specific quantities. And then here, conseil de préparation, so things you need to create the recipes in this book, which is something really thoughtful to put in a cookbook. So little illustrations to go alongside everything, and then images of the staple ingredients that you're going to need for each section. So this is for the pastas, rice, and cereal. These are the main things they're going to be using. Here, creams and snacks, main ingredients they're going to be using. So that's given me quite a lot of insight on what to put in my little booklets here that I'm going to be working on now. Guys, I promise you I'm working. I was sadly on Instagram for a very short amount of time. We will not talk about it, but I saw that Uniqlo did a collaboration with Mofusand. Look, okay, it says we do not focus. Only 13 euros for a t-shirt? Do you guys believe that I can fit into clothes for people whose heights are 140 or 150 centimeters? I'm very obsessed, and I needed to have it, so I spontaneously bought 3 t-shirts. I digress. I've made a little bit of progress. Gotten to finishing some of these pages. They're just super simple. You can see it's literally just lines of where I want these to go. What I'm basically doing is I'm superimposing the lines that I have on these papers here, and I'm popping them on my iPad. Basically what I've done is I have created a little bit of a template on Procreate, and on this template there is a symmetry line. So you can see 100% where the middle is at all times when you're doing your pages, plus a border around the screen. It's about 1.5 centimeters or 15 millimeters. I've also got a tiny bit of a color palette going there, but the main color palette that I'll be using for this project will be my Bumblefly color palette, which you can see is right here. So it's just super pastel, super bright, and super fun. I've started with the contents page, so remember that contents really quick line art that I've drew before. This is what I've created on Procreate. So whenever I duplicate the template, all my template lines and plus the background color will be there. The font that I have chosen is a fun font pairing. I'm going for Vita Loca and also Roboto. Now let's get back to business. On to making more of these. Dakkuma. So it's 5 o'clock and I actually have part-time work at 6, so I do need to get ready. I won't take you with me to work. I'll come back after work, but I just wanted to show you how much of a transformation it makes when I go from whatever I'm wearing now to what I wear at work. So, whoop, you can see me. Okay. A black semi-long sleeve top, and the cherry on top is that I also have to wear a black apron. Let's have a little bit of a chat time. I was at a little fair in January and I was talking to some other acquaintances in my major of illustration, and someone asked me, why don't you do an illustrated cookbook? And I was like, why don't I do that? And that was how I decided to do an illustrated cookbook. I've learnt from K-pop that you should only apply glitter on the half of the eyelid closest to your nose. Hi. Good morning. I woke up this morning, I did some house chores, and now it's like 11 o'clock, so I made myself brunch. I have soup. It's still steaming hot. It's just like some chopped up lamb rolls. There is silken tofu. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then there's also lotus root. And I decided to also make lotus root chips. And they're still warm, fresh out the pot, because I did them in oil. And they're so crunchy. Look, this one is heart-shaped. But they are super crunchy. And they're so good. My tutor has decided to do our meetings online today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish my lunch, continue working on my project, do that online meeting, and we'll get back to work after. Oh my god, I cut a lime for myself downstairs. My lime! Lime wedge is secured. I also brought my bulldog samyang. If you know, you know. Spitzy but not fire. We're just gonna mix that in.
Go with some people. And it right now.
Once I've made that, I'll be able to kind of make some and you want to like be super safe because it's your graduation project and it might be keep developing afterwards. It's quite good to have this form because it's about consent and a special station, and it only helps both parties to understand.
This is my Uniqlo order. I already had a peek at it, but everything is literally 10 to 11 years old. So we're just gonna have a try and see how it looks. Just gonna put on these pants and this top just so we have something that's not pajamas. Let's begin. So the first haul is this one here. It is the one with the little cherry guys on. Oh no, it's 11 to 12. And this is height 145 to 155. Which I definitely am not. I'm about 160, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh yeah. That's cute. This is actually great height. It's a nice t-shirt length because I don't have to tuck it, and it looks cute. Oh. It fits so well. But the next one is the purple one with the 3 little cats. 11 to 12. Oh, this would so totally be a cute set. Imagine, I'm just gonna hold it up because I have pants on, but that looks good, doesn't it? I'm just gonna stand back. In the shiny white parts, it looks like the same color. One I've been waiting the most for. Strolled cats. Look at their little feet. Little teeny tiny feet. 9 to 10 years old. This one is still doable. It's a little tight around here. I think a couple washes in the laundry and it should be pretty fine. Like, it's not very annoying. It's still really soft and comfy. It can be a handbag. So cute. Okay, I can't wait to accessorize this. Maybe we can work on making accessories for this at some point. Very happy. Tip for you there, if you're Asian or if you're quite petite, these will fit you. This is a size 9 to 10. Ridiculous, I know. Hi, thank you so much for watching this vlog. This is part 1 of my graduation vlog series. This is all about me creating an illustrated cookbook for my graduation project, which happens later this year. Thank you so much. The second episode for the Heroes Made in Asia vlog that came out last week will be out the week after this one is uploaded, so I have not forgotten about that if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching and staying till the end of this video. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I hope you stay tuned to more updates from me in the future. All my links, such as my website and my Instagram, will be down below. You will also be able to find the locations that I have been to, such as the bookstores that I went to earlier, in the description down below as well. Thank you so much for all the love and support that I've gotten so far, and I'll see you next time. Bye!